What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri zone, and welcome back to, I cannot believe I'm saying this, but probably the craziest video I'm doing in recent weeks. And we have had some crazy stuff because the news that's out there is that Thiago Motta's job is at risk. Not at the end of the summer, not during the international break, but after Genoa. So we had 2 weeks to think about it. The club is not convinced about Thiago Motta and are thinking about sacking him after Genoa. If that is not an unstable club, if that's not a management that lost its ways, I have no idea what it is. But before we get into it, as always, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel as always, bell notification, put that on as well. And I cannot believe that's actually out there, because Fabrizio Romano came out, and said that Thiago Motta's job is still at risk. However, not for the end of the like obviously for the end of the season, but right now, during the season, and that will make a lot of sense if we were going 2-3 weeks back. Right now, it's a 2 week break, and the club is sitting there being like, yeah, we're probably gonna move out, Motta, but not now, after Genoa, and Tudor is the main guy to take over. Now there are some issues because Tudor wants a long-term contract, so does Mancini, so on. But right now, and we will talk about Tudor in a sec, this isn't about Tudor, this isn't about Mancini, this isn't about any coach coming in for the last 9 games or 8 games after Genoa. This is about the incompetence of this board. If, like, I don't know, like, if you're sitting there, and please explain to me in the comments, if you're sitting there and you can explain to me why it will make sense if you have in your mind, being Giuntoli and the board, we're going to move on from Motta, not to do it during the break, but after the Genoa game. How does that make any sort of sense? If you can explain to me that, good, give it a go in the comments. Or do you have any sort of, how do you want to call it, theory about it? Let me know, because right now it's not even about who's coming in next, because it already failed. However, right now it's more about the incompetence this board is showing when it comes to making decisions. It's late, it's the wrong decision, like, pick and choose, like, there's no in between. It's late or it's the wrong decision. That's it. If you want to move on from Motta because you think he's failing, fair enough. You guys failed as well, as a club. But man, let's put that aside right now. Then, after the Fiorentina result, you come out and you say it's done. We're moving on, right? If you wait another 2 weeks, that's one. If you wait another 2 weeks to do that, after Genoa, then what do you do for 2 weeks? Now, I've seen people say, oh, but maybe they're in talks with the next coach, Tudor in this example, and it's not easy to get a deal done because he wants a long-term deal and so on. That's even worse, because if you're not sure that Tudor is your long-term contract, and again, this is not about the names, this is about the belief of the club and the management. If you're not sure that Tudor is the next one up, or Mancini is the long-term manager as well, but you're still in talks with them, and you're giving him a go for 8 games, that's even worse. That's even worse, because if you were planning to move out Motta, you should have made that decisions weeks ago, giving you time to talk it over with Tudor, Mancini, or whoever you're looking at, and maybe find a deal for a short-term solution. But if you get bullied into hiring Tudor and Mancini on a long-term contract when they're clearly not your top 3 main candidates, whatever you want to call it, top 2, top 3 candidates, that's even worse. That's even, like, that's a bigger sign of incompetence you couldn't put out there, excuse me. Because then you're hiring a coach who you don't believe in. You're already sacking a coach you believed in a few months ago, and now you completely do not believe in, and now you are getting bullied in hiring a coach you don't believe in terms of they can be the answer long term. Only short term, excuse me, but not long term. You know how crazy that is. You know how mad that sounds, because that is a situation right now. That's why they're not moving out from Motta, because the next one up, Tudor, Mancini, they don't want to be a caretaker manager. They want the job, and they want it long term for a 2.5 year contract, whatever, 2 and 9 months of a 9 games of a contract, whatever you want to call it. That's what they want. They want stability. These are coaches who are not coming in for 8 games, 9 games, and then be like, so long, I'm gone. They're not gonna do that with 9 games. Like if that was mid-season, maybe. But 9 games, what the hell are you gonna do in 8, 9 games? So again, this goes back to incompetence. Tudor, I think he's okay as a manager. Long term, I don't believe in him. So you cannot make that decision. Mancini, long term, I do not believe in it. So you cannot make those decisions. Be you cannot go crazy right now and expect to move out Motta for the next 8 games because he gets Genoa, and then Tudor or whoever it is, Mancini comes in and magically makes the team ball out, and then at the end of the summer you're like, yeah, you're gonna stay for another 2 years, because that's not the belief you had. The belief were different. They were not Tudor, they were not Mancini. So this is not even about coaching. This is just a club being a hot mess right now. That's just what it is. It's like you cannot put it in other ways. 2 weeks to move on a coach, but you are telling the world he's going to be moved out after Genoa. How do you expect the team to perform against Genoa? How do you expect Motta to perform against Genoa? Like, even if you, again, this is nothing to do with, they're not going to perform either way. Everybody knows right now that, yeah, if Tudor is like, I will take 8 games, or Mancini is like, I'll take 8 games, he's gone. Motta's gone after Genoa. That is ridiculous. That's actually incompetence of a new insane level. But nothing makes sense at this club right now. So again, like, this is nothing to do with Tudor. This is just the timeline and the idea of waiting 2 weeks and then, 2 weeks. Let him play against Genoa on, I think, Saturday, 6 o'clock over here, and then be like, you're gone. You're gone. Win, lose, draw, you're gone. Why didn't you tell me 2 weeks ago being Motta? Like, what the hell have I done here for the last 2 weeks? Like, was it keeping the fitness up of the players who stayed here? Like, it makes absolutely no sense, but nothing makes sense at this club. Now, my belief is that Motta's going to finish the season, because I will be shocked if you make that decision right now. I will be shocked that Tudor or Mancini will take a short-term deal, until the end of the season. I will be shocked if the clubs... Actually, I wouldn't be shocked if the club's like, yeah, Tudor or Mancini, you get the long-term contract, even though you're not our main candidates. But I will be shocked because of the situation, the timing. It's almost March. Like, I think it's too late. I think they're just going to finish out with Motta, because that will make the quote-unquote most sense because of the news that's out there. Long-term deals, short-term deals, the timeline, it's not really adding up. Anyways, let me know in the comments what you think. One, do you think we should hire Tudor short-term, by the way, or Mancini short-term? And do you think we should hire them out long-term, if that means that we get, quote-unquote, rid of Motta? Because I know a lot of people want Motta out. Would you take Tudor or Mancini long-term if that means they move out Motta? And also, what do you think about waiting for 2 weeks during the break, and then post-Genoa you're like, goodbye, next one up? Let me know. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will speak to you guys tomorrow again. Ciao.